Welcome back to Dungeon Master's Corner. Today, we apply a force more powerful than magic to our campaign, science! Welcome to another episode of Dungeon Master's Corner. My name is Brian.
I'm Nicole.
Boom! Here's the Andrew Brown.
Yes, we are still lucky to have Andrew with us for these, and we are taking a trip back in time, let me tell you.
From outer space.
This is... I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. Yeah, it's hard to believe a lot of people thought I was gay growing up. Anyway. Probably cut that one, but anyway.
Yeah.
So we're going way back on this one, back to the first campaign I ever ran. This is the Plan B campaign, where it was technically the Rise of Tiamat. But I made a lot of edits because for that book, you really had to. Even the remake they made needs a lot of edits. I almost said Hasbro. Well, Hasbro. Wizards of the Coast has a habit of letting out half-baked campaign books. I didn't realize that for a while, but practice makes obvious. But this story is a little bit less fresh in our minds, so please forgive us.
But still a really good moment.
Still a very good moment. From what I remember, the setup is as thus. The players had to go into some dungeon to get some MacGuffin. But unlike other dungeons where it's like there's a monster guarding it, there was a crazy little dwarf druid guy who was living down there, and he had the item, and he was his item. No one else take item, my item. And he would throw like spores and poison and all sorts of fun stuff, which caused some trouble. But caused a player of ours,
Hello.
who was a Warforged at the time.
Oh, not me.
Not you. We'll get to you. I would have said Romero, because this is a Romero story, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up.
Hello.
This was he played in the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign. He played Vega. He was our druid in that one. But in this one, he was testing out different characters. He had been a paladin. He had been a barbarian. He had been all sorts of things. And those characters kept dying. And I felt a little bad at this point, because his characters kept dying through character action. His character would do something, and thus he would die.
Poor
or his character...
Deaths
poor
happen.
rolls.
Like, we all felt bad because most of the characters we did enjoy. So just like, it was really fun.
Except for the Sorkadin. I hated the Sorkadin.
Azazel.
Yeah.
Azazel.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even he was a bad character. It's just whoever... There's a special place in hell for those of you that build paladin sorcerer builds. There's just a special place in hell for you. I want you to know that. Be aware. I love you.
Oh, so Evie
You've
can't
got your room reserved.
Evie can't become a sorcerer paladin. Then
I will
again,
kill
I guess
her instantly.
I was gonna say that would also imply her following a god.
That is, or making an oath.
But Azazel was accidentally or built.
He was accidentally my foil. This one was a
Yeah.
different character. I don't even remember this character's name. But this was a Warforged.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, he's throwing poison. I am made of metal. It is fine. I will go through the poison. And he was fine. He was immune to the poison. It was causing some problems. But then came the fun
Wild
part.
magic.
The wild magic. We had a rogue, cleric, wild magic sorcerer multi-class in our party who could build up wild magic effects, and I would randomly roll them on a table of like 10,000 effects.
Wait a minute. I believe I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, he was of the Traveler, wasn't he? Or was I thinking of someone else?
Yeah, buddy.
Yep, there he is. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. Which, from the podcast, that's our friend JJ.
Yeah,
who was
he
playing that character.
He played a character named JJ. I love JJ. Creativity in names, not his forte.
You love the characters.
I loved the character. Oh god, I loved that character because he kept writing me blank checks and I kept cashing them. Oh.
Yep.
But he had a bank of wild magic surges, and I just decided in this fight, chaos is king. So I rolled it, and it did something like it froze a target solid. And then we randomly rolled for the target. It could have been the bad guy, it could have been one of them, and it was one of them. And it was the Warforge. Solid as a rock, encased in ice.
For the best, because I feel this would have killed any other character.
This is very true. Although wouldn't have led to your brilliance, Andrew.
Yeah, no, I was still new-ish to the game. Like, we've been playing for a while, but I was still like 2 years in playing D&D at the game shop we used to go to. And I didn't know. Also, I didn't take chemistry in high school, so certain things just don't click right away. I knew this after the fact. But during, I'm just like, oh, he's in ice. I have heat metal.
He's made of metal.
Yeah. Genius. I got this. I can do this. I'm gonna do the great thing. I'm gonna save him. Liam's gonna love me forever. And then...
So he casts heat metal on the Warforge, and I pause. There's a long, pregnant pause. I would like to keep... I'd like to remind people that at our table at this point, we had I'm pretty sure Matt the Older, Matt the Red, as we refer to him, is a technology specialist. Matt the Younger, I believe, went for engineering. He was in college for engineering at that point.
He is an engineer.
He is an engineer. It was you, me, and Liam at that point, and I'm just a nerd, so I study a lot of things just for fun. And the three of us all pause and look at you. I don't think Liam caught on just yet as to what was about to happen.
Nope. Me and Liam were both in the same mindset of, what?
I said,
not work?
Yeah, I said, hang on a second, let me check something on my phone. So I started Googling, because, now, here's the thing. Our engineer is sitting there, he confirmed everything I said through math and science and intelligence. I was remembering that one episode of Pokemon where it was Charmander, flamethrower on the metal, Squirtle, water beam on the metal, or water gun. Wow, water beam. I was thinking ice beam, water beam. I'm not that bad at Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I'm playing it longer than most of you have been alive. So it was like flamethrower, water gun, flamethrower, water gun, and the metal just burst. And I'm sitting there going, what happens if you superheat metal after freezing it? Does it explode? And I'm Googling, I'm like, it's telling me it expands to the point where it cracks and explodes. And Matt, our engineer friend, goes, yeah, that's exactly what happens. And I go, so how much damage does that do? And Liam, bless Liam's heart. The boy, if nothing else, rolls with the punches better than anyone I've ever met.
Yeah,
He looks at me and he just goes, I think that's an insta-death. And I went, are you sure about that? He goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is probably going to be the most badass death at this table. I think I just explode. So he detonates, but here's the thing. I wasn't going to let his death be in vain.
5-10 feet away. Actually, no, I'm going to say I'm the minimum...
You were very close to him.
I was like 30 feet away, which for an explosion that he was describing is a lot.
Well, to be fair, it also hit the bad guy when he exploded.
Of course, yeah.
So shrapnel of ice and metal and fire goes flying out of him. I don't think this killed the bad guy.
I don't think so. We eventually got there, and I feel we killed the bad guy, and then this whole shenanigans happened, because it was the last thing that happened in the battle, and then you decided to hit the wild magic. Because you didn't want to be mean during the battle.
Oh. I
But
should have
I'm
been
ju-
mean during the battle. That would have been better.
Yeah, no, it would have been funnier. But I'm just... Romero's sitting there just like, I got this! Boom! I'm seeing the stereotypical cartoon moment of just like the hair all the way back, like he was just shocked with something, covered in soot, and him just going, did somebody say something? As I'm deaf as all hell.
I don't got this.
And I'm just like, oh my god, I just killed him. Me and Romero felt horrible. And then it was just like, alright, I guess I'm at disadvantage for things for...
Yeah, you were deafened for a while for just killing your party mate out of nowhere.
Oh no, rightly so.
I think the cleric also refused to help you. Like, you had this coming.
Yeah, no, you tried to be clever and fucked yourself. Yeah, no, that's pretty much seems like my MO right there. Just like, I'm gonna do the right thing. Boom. I fucked up, guys.
Don't do the right thing.
My time has come. No, stop. It has not come. It has not come.
So this is the party that you walked into at this point, I believe, Nicole. Like this, you joined a little bit after this happened.
Yeah.
It was somewhere near where you were meeting Liam's new character is where I came in.
That's right. You were together. That's how because we introduced them both together.
Yeah, I feel
because
Azazel came in with her.
Azazel was not with me.
Oh.
I was post Azazel. I don't think Azazel and Perry would have gotten along.
Probably
at all.
Actually.
I mean, she wanted to be a lich, so.
Well, she got a goal.
She achieved that, yes.
But I remember, I wasn't at the table for the explosion, but I remember you texting me like, oh my god, this is what happened, and you were just so excited to tell me. I'm like, I want in, I want to see, I want to sit in and just see the chaos myself.
Yeah, that's what brought you into that fold.
Yeah, and you're like, well, if you're gonna sit in, you may as well bring a character. It's like,
yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, were you already playing with us in Princes at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was like, yeah, bring a character. If you're gonna sit in, play. We have to bring in a new character for Liam anyway.
Yeah.
I also feel that it's the whole murder thing with Matt, which was
a little bit.
will be talked about, was talked about, but either way,
it was. We've done the murder.
But it's one of those things of how we play is just like how I still play to this day of just like, we just find if it's funny, the rule of cool applies to us with the rule of funny. If it's funny and everyone's cool with it, we do it. And then whether it's egg on our face or not, it makes so much fun out of it. And it's stories like this happen because of that.
I remember I was hearing from Brian about the explosion. I was also hearing from Liam. I was hearing from both sides, and he was just so excited because it was an awesome death.
It was kind of like, it reminds me of that one I believe we talked about when I played the Tiefling Warlock. I know that narrows it down. Odium. Where this was a different person's character. I picked them up and I summoned my blade through their chest to kill them and walked away. We've talked about that story. I know because we talked about me killing this guy's character multiple times. And his response to that death was like, that was the coolest death ever. And sometimes that's really all you want as a player is like, if my character's gonna die, I don't want to go out like some punk. I don't want to go out on death saves while my party is fighting and I can't do anything. I don't want to go out, stabbed in the middle of the night in an alley and left for dead. Sorry, Travis Willingham. I know that was by design, but while taking a leak on an alley wall, you don't want to just get stabbed and left for dead.
Yeah, like if Morgan had died in that fight where she called lightning on herself.
That you called lightning down on yourself to hit all the enemies surrounding you. You dropped all of them, dropped yourself.
That would have been
badass.
I'm glad she's not dead, but that would have been an awesome death.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm fine with going out like a punk ass bitch.
No one wants to go out like a pug ass bitch. I want to go out like a pug ass bitch, please.
No, it just, for me, just because how I play the stories, like, all the stories we've done today, because we did a bunch of them today, that will
Don't
be
show
spread
them
out
behind
over
the curtain
course.
that we're recording a bunch of things at once. We don't
I'm
want them to know
breaking-
that.
I'm breaking the fourth wall, people.
Stop it! I just got that thing rebuilt.
I built stairs, though.
Why?
What? How else are they gonna come on in?
I don't want them in here. God damn it. But anyway, you were saying, it's fine to die like a punk ass bitch. Bitch ass
But
punk.
it depends. Like, pretty much, like, if I go out and I find a funny moment to do it, like, it depends on the character for me. Like, if I see a moment where it could be like, I'm fine with going out where I die, stabbed through the chest, I fall down, face first slumped over, for more lack of a better term, in the doggy position, just no arms, just face down, ass up, and my butt flap falls off. I'm fine with that, because that's fucking hysterical, and the visual alone, depending on the situation of how I died, is pretty fucking funny. If I want a kick-ass death, I'll happily describe a kick-ass death. If I want it to be funny where it's just like, we who are about to die, salute. Wait, we're about to die, and you run away like a coward, that can also be funny, and it can also
It
have
definitely
good
depends on the
moments.
character, yeah.
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 Because most of my characters, yeah, I'll go out fighting and spitting in the enemy's face before he stabs me in the heart. But also, there's nothing wrong with a bunch of Benny Hill slapstick as you fall off the cliff.
This is true. I mean, when Warg almost died in the avalanche, that was kind of a
badass.
punk ass death he was gonna get. He was just gonna get
That was
thrown
still
off a cliff.
Yeah, but that's still this.
It was
the
saving
build.
someone else, yeah.
The build made it less punk ass. To him, he considered it punk. But I believe, like, from my stress levels of me just holding the dome up just to protect everyone, as you're flying off as you throw Ira into the dome, and me being like, oh my god, he's gonna die, and me having no idea what Enoch.
I was gonna
Is
say,
about
did we
to-
actually have we told that story yet? I don't think we have.
thought we did.
Did
No,
we?
I don't.
I don't know if we have. We'll have to double
Listeners
check
will
our
probably
records.
get a more in-depth
Add it to
look
the
at this
list.
later. Or we add it to the list right now. But spoilers, Warg almost died that way.
Yeah.
But I think that story was going to be more about Enoch than anything else.
Yeah, I think that's why we haven't, because we haven't had the pleasure of nailing down that warlock.
Matthew
I mean,
Reed.
Ira has.
Ah!
Ira has, but you know.
Yeah, we haven't gotten Matt to come back on in a while. He doesn't love us.
Why don't you love us anymore?
So Brian, as the DM, what have you learned from this little science experiment?
Science rocks, stay in school, kids, because you never know when your players are going to do something stupid, and you have the knowledge of physics, chemistry, and biology to screw them with that knowledge.
Vampire
Or-
Tiamat.
Vampire team. Or Vampire Dragon. Curse you, Nicole. But that actually goes both ways. That can go from a player's perspective as well. We've talked before about giving me innocuous items. And
So much soap. So much
soap.
Yeah, that's actually what I was just thinking. So much soap.
The danger of innocuous items comes from the fact that if you know ways that you can utilize it, if you know the science behind it, and a lot of DMs, I know a few DMs who'd be like, no, it doesn't work that way in this world, but it's science. No, I'm not having this happen. If you have a good DM, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No. I'm gonna
Which
say
we do. We
I'm
have
not,
an amazing DM.
I'm not gonna like shame other DMs for, but I will say this: if you have a DM that's not as flexible, I'll say is better, because literally it's just like, this is my world, this is it is.
Well,
It's
as far as I meant by good DM, I see where you're going with this, Andrew.
Yeah.
I mean a DM who is willing to roll with you, to go with you, to kind of see where is this headed.
Yeah.
Not one. I would say bad DMs would be defined as ones who take away player agency. Bad DMs would be ones who take away your chance to try. Not necessarily they have to make it work, but they have to let you try.
Yeah. Pretty
Like-
much most of my stupid decisions was because, okay, Andrew, wow, it's been 20 minutes. Let's see what stupidity you got now.
It's not
But
wrong.
the more you know about how the science works, the more you can get away with.
Yeah.
And so, I'm still a teacher. It still happens. And I tell my students all the time, I teach AP. Build your schema, your world and word knowledge. The more you know, the more ammunition you have. And that is basically what I definitely see as a good lesson here, because I sat there and I'm just like, does it work like this? It works like this. And those moments, oh, just precious.
See, I was just thinking if Mr. Bill Nye taught us anything, is that science rules.
He did. I mean, could have summed that up a lot quicker with just listen to Bill Nye.
Bill!
And on that note, I think we should say goodbye. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Dungeon Master's Corner. I have been Brian.
I've been Nicole.
I am Andrew. Welcome. The bar's to the left, the buffet's to the right. VIP tickets are in the back, people.
And don't mind the shrapnel, that was just the Warforge.
Yeah. Can we get a broom?
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Take it away, outro guy.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Dungeon Master's Corner. If you'd like to support us, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/reliably chaotic, so we don't die like some poor punk-ass bitch, or worse yet, a broke bitch-ass punk. You can also drop us a line on Twitter at reliably chaotic. We'd love to hear from you.
I will murder you all.